when she is fucking up without making her feel like a fuck up. It didn't hit her ego, basically. Hello, welcome to another video. Today, I would like to talk about something that I heard listening to a podcast. Before we get into the video, have you subscribed to my channel yet? If not, click that red button below, scroll down and just hit that button. Good. Now that that's done, let's get into it. I was listening to Shan Boodram's podcast, Shan Boodram. If you don't know her, this is her. This is what she's about. She is amazing and I love listening to her. So it was a conversation she was having with her and her husband and her sister. And at one point she complimented her husband and said that he is very good at letting her know when she is fucking up without making her feel like a fuck up. So if we break that down a little bit, he knows how to approach a situation. He knows how to say what he wants her to maybe work on. It didn't hit her ego, basically. So instead of causing a fight and attacking somebody, he is gently bringing it to her attention. And then she feels a little bit less like she has to put her boxing gloves on and she can receive it better. And then you therefore avoid a fight, in my opinion. I think that a lot of people, both men and women, get a little bit uncomfortable when it comes time to bring something to their partner's attention. It's kind of like, oh, I don't want to cause a fight, or oh, the person's going to get super defensive. And I genuinely think it is all in the delivery. Delivery, tone, and timing, I think, are very important. Sometimes I really have to work on my patience and bite my tongue, because I know that if I say whatever I want to say, it may cause a fight because of the timing, let's say. So just timing alone is something. If you see that the person, and this is anybody, so I'm going to talk generally, if you see the person is having a mediocre to bad day, they're already a little bit on edge about something, but you're so on edge about your thing that's in your head that you just go ahead and say what you want to say because it's bothering you too. But you almost have to weigh out okay, how was my day? Can I read the other person? How am I feeling? How is my day? Is it pressing so hard that I need to get this out of my system? Or can I evaluate the situation and see maybe tomorrow when she is a little bit more chill, she's had a good night's sleep, things are a little bit better, I could casually, calmly, and in a nice tone say what I want to say. A lot of us just have emotions and then we react on our emotions and we just spit things out. Probably not the greatest way to go about things. So I am learning this, I am working on this, I am reiterating this because I think other people should work on this too. If we were all more aware about our tone and timing, relationships and confrontation and discussions and arguments, whatever, would be probably very different. When I heard her say that, I thought that was so cool, that he doesn't make her feel like she majorly effed up. And ego is a thing for everybody. Some people have a really hard time apologizing. Some people are better at it than others. Some people could put their ego aside very quickly and say, you're right, that was absolutely uncalled for. I don't know why I did that, and I'll be more mindful next time. And some people, it'll take 20 minutes or 2 days or whatever. So depending on the person and depending on the timing, the tone, these are all important things to take into consideration. So I thought that was really cool that she pointed it out. And I love their podcast. They're very good at pointing things out about each other, complimenting, or also bringing things to light so that other people could learn from what they're working on as a couple. So like I said before, I've also been working on evaluating if the thought in my head is necessary to bring up at this very moment when I want to just spit it out, or can I address it at a later time that is maybe going to allow my tone to be a bit better and the timing works better. That is very hard to do. Our emotions really do get the best of us sometimes. I'm a very emotional person, so working on regulating my emotions and being able to control them and a little bit better. And I have to say, I've definitely gotten better and, got a better hold on them, if that is making sense. I feel like you can totally be an emotional person and not let them just explode at any given time. I used to think you know, I'm a Cancer astrology sign. I'm more sensitive than others. I also am a very empathetic person. I'm a high empath, and that, you know, in turn makes you emotional. I used to think that's just how I am, and like the way I am right now, years ago, is the way I'm going to be forever, and like you can't really work on this. It's feelings, it's something that you have inside you, and you can't like control that. You can't shut it off. No, you can't shut it off, but you can get better at managing your emotions, and that's what I've really worked on in the past couple years, I would say. I'm more on the higher end of the emotional scale, and my partner is more on the lower end of the emotional scale, so the two of us together I feel like is a good balance, because it's like yin and yang, and he has gotten more emotional as time has gone on, and I've gotten a little less emotional, meaning I've been able to manage them better, and he's been able to open himself up a little more. The combo is really great because we're both like teaching each other things about the opposite way of being. For any other empaths out there, for any other highly sensitive people, you could think like that's really hard to do, and it is hard to do, but it does get easier over time. Something I like to do is, if I am feeling a certain way about something and I'm feeling myself get emotional, whether that is angry or sad or fearful or whatever, I will try my best to take like a day with the situation. I will try my best not to like make a move on it and act, you know, rashly and act out of emotion. Not even really talk too much about it to like the person involved, let's say, or if it doesn't have to do with anyone else. I try not to even talk to other people about it. Let's say it's a personal issue. I'll just try to sit with it for a little bit, because when you sit with things and you let them marinate inside, your brain starts to go through all of the different either possibilities or angles you could take or responses that could be had or whatever, and you start to get a little bit more comfortable with the issue at hand, let's say. That helps a lot with your reaction. So instead of reacting with hostility or whatever it may be that is your choice of like emotional reaction, sit with the issue, sit with the thought for 24 hours. Journal about it, don't journal about it, and just think about it. Like whatever works for you, sit with it for a bit, because I am telling you, you're going to feel very different in 24 hours later. I was a very more like, I need to get things out of my body and tell it to the person. Or even if it was something that I was going through, I would need to talk about it with people right away. I needed to get it out of my body, but I needed to learn that sitting with my own thoughts and my own feelings is healthy as well. It's like working with myself, processing with myself. I don't always need to go and talk to somebody about it. Talking to people is good too. It's just like you've got to also find a happy medium where you're not constantly like, can you help me? Can you help me? Can you help me? Can you talk? Try to call yourself first. So basically, the moral of this story for me is I would love to get that compliment, that I could put my partner or my sister or my brother or friend in their place without provoking their ego. So it's like stand up for yourself without putting the other person down, without making them feel shame or, you know, stupid or silly. Like bring it to their attention in the most like gentle way that you can, because they're likely to take it a lot better and see your point of view a lot quicker before the shield goes up. Because once that shield goes up, you have to work on getting that shield down while you're trying to explain yourself. Then there's a little bit of a fight, then there's the tension, and then you have to get over the tension. Like it's just extra steps for no reason, in my opinion. So working on the timing, the tone / delivery, very, very key, and I'm sure is what her partner does with her that she loves. That is this relationship tip that I am working on myself, that I think other people should definitely try to do. Sit with the issue for a little bit, figure out a nice way of putting it, figure out, okay, if it was the other way around, how would I like to hear this? Because if I did that to somebody, how would I like to hear that wasn't very cool, you know? So tone and timing, work on it, and I'm sure your relationships with whoever it is in your life will get a little bit better. And that's what I'm working on, so I wanted to share it with you. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!